Welcome back to the channel, you kooks. Today we are going to show you how we built this van bed. So van beds, they can be very complicated. It's hard to build a comfortable and functional bed. We figured out a way that's very easy, stress-free. It just requires a few pieces of plywood and bed slats. We'll do this van bed in the future. I think it was very easy, straightforward. So we're going to show you how we did it, and we hope it helps. Share with your friends if this video helps, and like and subscribe. So let's just get into it. All right, we got the framing all done and the walls and the ceiling. It looks great. We're really excited with our look here. And if you want to get this nice look, you can follow along in our build guide, our master class. And I got my van assistant here. And today we're working on a bed. This is where our battery bank is gonna live, down here. And I'm making a battery box just to hold the batteries in place. I'm gonna use this angle iron. It's got these pre-drilled holes. It's pretty easy to work with. It's thin and easy to cut. So I've already cut a few pieces. I'm gonna attach it to the floor, and then I'll show you how we're gonna use just like a ratchet strap to strap the batteries down. And then we're going to start building out the bed frame. This is going to take a while, so first kind of step is just getting stuff in place. So you're going to want to know where you want your batteries. We're going to have two bikes in here. So I got the bike in here, and then we're going to have our water tank back here. So we're just configuring everything, figuring out where everything will go. But first step here is I'm just going to get these batteries in place, and then we're going to work on getting the water tank in place. And then we can kind of start building our boxes for the bed frame. Okay, so I got the water tank in, I got the batteries in. They're not secured, but I will be working on that later. And now I'm just gonna kind of put together more framing on the walls so I can build my bed box out. And it's gonna be some nice compartmentalized shelving. So I'm just gonna work on kind of getting the wood in place so I can, when I lay the wood in, I can just build the shelves off of it.
So now that we have everything framed out, we're going to start building our bed boxes, the things that will support the bed, and we'll hide all the batteries and the water tank and all that. So we have this 5/8 inch birch ply, and we're going to cut it at 5 feet because that's the longest length that we need, and we want to make sure that we have the longest width that we need off of this board. So we're going to go ahead and cut that first.
We got to cut our side pieces for our bed frame. We're kind of building these like bed box storages. One will have the water tank under it. One will have all the electrical stuff. We find this might be the easiest way for you to recreate a bed without doing some crazy construction where you're riveting into the van. So this is just kind of like a bed box design, and it should be very easy and straightforward. Now we're going to cut some material. We have a table saw. We are going to show you guys if back at home that don't have table saws how to make a nice, straight, easy cut. But that'll be like in another module where we're kind of showing you some van life building hacks. So refer to those. But we will be using a table saw because we have one and it expedites our process. So we're going to cut our sheets and then we're going to kind of show you what we're doing. Okay, so we are piecing together the bed here. So we're going to have like two plywood walls. These are 5/8 inch thick, and they're going to kind of frame in these two pieces. Like I said, behind here's all the electrical components. It's going to have a shelf, and we're going to put a nailer here, and then we're just going to run bed slats across the top. And we're also going to cut a piece that goes across here for the front to tie it all together. And we're going to wrap it all with carpet. It's going to look really nice. And we're going to cut some holes so we can access all this and have a storage, and also have a little flip open for our batteries down here. So we are just rocking and rolling here.
And this is an example of what the nailer is going to look like on the other side.
Yeah.
So this is going to be what holds your cross pieces coming across like this.
As well as
this.
That.
Yeah. So the 5/8 inch plywood is very sturdy. It will really hold a lot of weight. So we're utilizing that as most of the structure. Right now we're going to make a cardboard template before we cut into our wood that separates the living space from the garage. So I'm going to go make a template, show you guys how to make a template, how to scribe. So let's go do this. So that looks pretty good. So there's a little air gap here, and what I'll do is I'll use tape to get as close as I can to what I am tracing, so that there's no air or light coming through there, so that you can get a perfect scribe. And once you have that tape on there, then you're going to use this like ghetto rigged template to make a new template and get your template perfect, and then you're going to use that perfect template and you're going to put it on your wood. So this is what I'm talking about with no air gap, so you can't see any air or light shining through. So that's like a perfect scribe. So I'm probably going to make a new template with this template to put on my wood, so that we don't waste. And we're doing this, and you make so many templates because you don't want to make ugly cuts into your wood, because your wood is expensive. Cardboard is free from Amazon. So utilize all that stuff so that you can have a pretty product in the end. This is a scribing trick. Put a washer around like a pin or a pencil, and what the washer does is it creates like a positive contact with your wall, and we're just tracing what the wall is doing when we're doing this. I found a Sharpie that works. So what you do is you create a positive connection with this washer against the wall here, so it creates some space from the wall, but so your line will be way over here, but that's okay. All you're doing is you're tracing what the wall is doing. So when you cut that off, then you'll be able to see how close you were to creating that curve that the wall is doing.
Okay, so the next step is you take your cardboard template that we just made. It fit really good in there. And then you take it onto this, I'll call it ram board. It's like a flexible masonite type wood. You can get this for free at any hardwood store. They kind of just use this to pack the lumber in, and we just pick up the sheets. They'll hand them out to you because they just throw it away. And it is great for making templates. So next I'm going to put this piece on here and cut this template out. So you are going to want to trace onto this ram board, because the cardboard, it gives you a really rough, sloppy edge. And if I can put it onto this ram board, I can make it clean and get it perfect. And then we can trace it onto our, $50, $80 a sheet plywood, so it just looks so clean and professional.
All right, so we made a 5/8 by 5/8 nailer here. So what we're gonna do is have this nailer secure the shelf that'll go across it, and I'm gonna get started. So we have all our lines marked off where we want our nailer, and then we have a reference for where we want our hole to be for our shelf, so that you can reach it from the outside. So I'm going to start making some pilot holes so I can jig it out.
So we got some pieces cut. We got some carpet on our pieces here and here. We're still waiting on some parts, of course. We're waiting for some parts so we can wire our breaker box for our power system. But once we get those parts, that'll move along quickly. And now we're gonna work on putting in our nailer strips here for our shelf that's gonna go over our water tank. And we're just running these cords under here. And then we got our sink pump that's gonna come out here. We'll have our pump and our kitchen and all that over there. So now we're just gonna start assembling one side so we can kind of get this together, because we just want to get something done here while we're waiting for this stuff. So I got my sink output all in there. So I just have this like brass piece. It turns up and it goes into this, and this actually makes it larger, and then it goes into a nipple here. And I just have a beverage tube with a hose clamp. I have a lot of Teflon tape in there to keep it sealed and tight. And then that just runs along with my sink pump cord all the way through. This is going to be our bed support here, and that goes through the front, and then it's going to go up into the kitchen up in the front. So we got our water tank in, we got our shelf on. You can see we just have two nailers that run the whole 5-foot section all the way back. And we're trying to simplify this bed design, because beds can be kind of a complex task in the van build. So we're just going to do a piece here and a piece here, And then we're just gonna run slats across. This is our front. And Danny's just nailing here along the front. So it's very sturdy. We got our square down here, checking to make sure it's square. And then we have this. This is actually going into the frame of the van. So you followed our framing. Your frame should line up with where your bed is. And then we're just gonna, this isn't gonna take too much weight. It's just gonna have slats on it. So we're just gonna slat it across. And we're still just waiting for the parts. You know, that's what you do in a van build. And it's looking so good, and Danny thought of this design, so good job. And now we're gonna try to slap our wardrobe in right next to it while we kind of wait to finish this side of the van. But it's looking really clean. All right, so the bed is kind of coming together now. You can probably see our vision more clearly here. And we're just gonna do two sides. Then we'll just kind of lay some slats. We'll have shelves in here and we'll cover all this up. Cover all that up. Put a shelf over the batteries. They'll look all nice and neat in their little home under there. And we've left such a big space because there's just a lot of components in there. And there's gonna be breakers. And there's just gonna be a lot going on. So I just wanted to leave a lot of space. So if anything needed to get moved or fixed, it's an easily accessible area.
And like, if she ever switched out her batteries, to be able to pull them up and out was our plan too.
Yeah, so it looks like a big window, but we were kind of going for big. It's more easier to deal with all the stuff when if anything breaks. And
we thought of that because right now we're going through where we need to change out our batteries. So we're really grateful that we put them in a place that they can be pulled. We didn't even think of that when we were building our van 5-6 years ago. So making sure that you can get your batteries in and out of there is important now that we know.
Yeah, and then they'll just have a removable shelf here, and it's much easier to get those in and out. And if you had to get in here and work on anything, you have space. I didn't want, like a lot of people build their vans and it's all kind of closed off, but this gives you a lot of space to get in here and change anything or work on anything. So we're putting a shelf over all the batteries and all this. So right now we just attached our first nailer on there. And now Danny's measuring the height of that nailer onto this board.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm just drawing, it's going to be 13 3/8, so I'm doing 13 3/8 a couple times, and then I'll just run a straight edge, match up all those mini lines, and then draw a straight line, and then send it.
And then we'll have a nice shelf covering our batteries, and we will have to jig a few cuts out around all the cords and stuff. But yeah, we're excited to get going on this bed. We had to take a break while we figured this out. We just have this going right across onto the framing, and if you watch the framing video, you'll know how to frame your bed properly. And then you can see we just have these plywood pieces framing the bed out, and Danny is cutting the slats. I'll show you this side. We just have this header, and the slats are just going to come across and lay in place.
The curve of the van.
And the curve of the transit has been cursing us. So we got one slat on, and we're just going to chop them and just keep putting them in place.
Did you want to put this one all the way forward or a little? Right now we are measuring our bed for our mattress. We have spent many hours on other van builds, hacking at foam mattresses, and we found out that there's a company that does this for us. And if you just give them your measurements, they will make your mattress to size, and they will cover it as well for you. So I don't gotta sew anything with this mattress. And it's called Mattress Insider, and the Van Kookz are gonna have an affiliate link where you get a discount. So make sure that you look through the discounts and everything and find the link that you need to get your discount with the Mattress Insider to make your life so easy. All right, Kookz, let's go measure. So we're measuring all points for them to create a mattress for us. And I have my little drawing here. So I have all the places where I need a measurement. So I know I need a measurement. That measurement there is this measurement here. This measurement here is that measurement there. So let's start measuring.
All right, Kookz, so we got all the bed slats on the bed. We just nailed them down into the header we laid on the other side like I showed you, and then we just nailed them into the side here. So I just wanted to show you the construction of the bed once we were done. So we basically just got plywood. We ran one across the back and then ran two down the sides, and then we just had we bought this like rubber mat from Home Depot and laid that down just to keep it nice and waterproof. And then Danny covered it all in carpet as well. So we have the carpet, the plastic, and then we have our little water fill area here. The water tank's under there. All the batteries are under this side. We think it looks great. We even cut some angle iron to go around the sides just to tie everything together nicely. We really like how we built this bed. It's probably one of the easier van beds we've ever done, and it looks amazing. So now we got a mattress from Mattress Insider out of Colorado. They are based here in America. They make their mattresses here in America, so we really like that. It's organic cotton, non-toxic glues, and the best thing is they cut your mattress to a custom size, as we kind of showed you when we were in the shop doing the dimensions. We called them and it arrived today, and it looks like a great mattress. So we're gonna throw that on the bed, and then we'll be pretty much done with this van bed and pretty much done with the van. So we're excited. Today's a big day, and we highly recommend the Mattress Insider mattresses. It cuts a lot of time out of your van build. Otherwise, we would have to be basically cutting and sewing this mattress, and that takes a lot of time, and you know, that's just time we don't have for this project. The mattresses start at about $300 and they go up from there, and they're a great deal, and I highly recommend them. So let's throw it on here and we'll give you a finished look. All right, Kookz, we got the mattress in. This is the deluxe sofa bed mattress from Mattress Insider. We have an affiliate link in the description. I believe we have a Van Kookz discount with that, and it is awesome. I mean, we literally, like we showed you, we just measured and called, and then it arrived, and then it fit perfectly. And Danny usually spends a lot of time sewing this stuff. We'll never do that again. I probably will use these guys every time and recommend you guys do too. And the bed is done, and you can see we just have this like full sheet of plywood here, and it looks nice, and we're really excited with the outcome. This van has come along beautifully, and we're looking forward to doing more work in the future with some clients. But just for now, I just want to show you this is how we built the bed. And this is the mattress we went with. I recommend them, like I said, once again, 10 out of 10 times. So thanks guys for watching how we kind of build a van bed. I know it wasn't that detailed, but if you want more details, there's going to be the Van Kookz Masterclass, and we'll kind of go over different bed designs in that video. So check it out on our website, and you can pre-order now, and if it's later in the future, it might be available. So thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and most importantly, share with your friends that are building vans or anyone you think this will help. And we'll see you guys on the next video.
Peace out.
Peace.